Hey guys, Dr. Sean here. I'm going to be talking to you today a little bit about kind of what I call my ginger juice immune boost. And we're going to try and make this a little fun. Connor's here helping me in the kitchen. I brought the baby Ween in. We always like screen time with her. She's a good time, so I thought she could help us with all of our stuff here. Now, we're not seeing our little collection here as well as we should, so you may have to help me angle and do things with me here. I want to do this for you guys today. You've all asked me, Doc, what do you do during the season? What do you do during the holidays? I hear it all the time. Hey, what's going on? What are we doing? How do I handle a cough, a cold, a flu, influenza? How do I handle the vid, that thing that shall not be named? What do I do if I feel like I'm getting something, if something's coming on? So I thought I would put this together for you, and Conk's going to help me here a little bit. Just kind of put this together, and my little Mila, baby girl, is going to help us here too, aren't you? Say, sure I am. So we're doing our thing. The key to this is really the recipe. It's all about the recipe. So let's see, if Con, can you tip that just a tiny bit down so we can see that there? That would be perfect. Just tip it down, almost, that's side to side. There we go, now we're coming forward. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We're almost there, almost, got it, that'll work. All right, so here's our grouping. Here's our tray of goodies that we have here that I put together for you. And Mila, what do you think about all this stuff? Does it look like fun? Okay, so here's what we've got. Now, the ginger juice has a recipe to it. Now, here's the deal. One of my friends, a doctor by the name of Stephen Buhner, he is by far the foremost authority in the world in herbal medicine. He's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, does a phenomenal job with it. And so I went to him and I looked for his recipe. And I thought, what could we find? What thing could we do to get something to help everybody out? Now, I've had patients coming in and out of the office in the last several months saying, Doc, I've got COVID, I've got the flu, I've got a cold. What can I do to help this? I can't seem to shake it. So I went back to my recipe book and I said, all right, let's get out what I call my ginger juice immune boost, and we got our little ginger puppy to help us with this little thing. We'll let her go running around and we'll do our thing. Now here's what we got. This is where it gets exciting. You just need a few ingredients. The key here is ginger. You need these ginger roots. You got to get the root. Buy it in your grocery store. Go in where the produce is. Find the root. And it has to be juiced. You can't blend it. You can't grind it up. You got to juice this thing. We want as much juice as we can. Now, you're looking to get about 1 to 2 pounds is what you're after. 1 to 2 pounds of ginger, this raw ginger. You're going to juice it up. You're going to end up with a bunch of juice. You'll end up with like maybe a quart or so. Stick it in your refrigerator. Do this in the morning. Pop it in your refrigerator. Now, when you're ready, you're going to extract out about 3 to 4 ounces of that ginger juice. That's what you want to do. Now you're going to set that juice aside and you got to start putting the rest of this thing together. One of the other key ingredients for this is a lime, right? We've got our limes here. We got our little wedges. Cut your lime into quarters and then you're going to take something and you're going to squash that down. You're going to mesh that thing up and break it up and you're going to get lime juice with the actual quarter in here. Now that quarter is going to go in your glass, very much like you put slices of orange or lemon in things. We're going to use the lime for this. Now the next thing we have to do is we got to have something to do it with. Cayenne works really, really well. We're going to need just a little tiny bit, 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a little pinch of cayenne that you can take and you're going to put that in there as well. Now as you're mixing these things together, you've got your limes together with your cayenne, you've got your ginger juice you brought over, you start mixing them together in a cup. Then you need to get yourself 6 ounces of hot water. You're going to pour that hot water into this mix. Start mixing it up. Now, I like to mix all this first. The last thing you're going to add to this is your honey. Don't put the honey in first. Don't put it in before you put the hot water in because the hot water can actually kill off some of the things we want in that honey. So you got to put that honey in there last. Stir all the other ingredients together. So we've got our limes, our cayenne, we've got our ginger, we've got our honey, we've got our hot water. We're on our way to go now. Now guys, here's the deal. All of these things have different properties. Different things that are beneficial to you. Cayenne is great for thinning the mucus in the throat, in the sinuses, in the head. It's wonderful for thinning that out. So that stopped up, stuffy congestion, it helps to take that out of there. It also tends to decrease fever. So if you're a little ill, you got a fever going, this is a good way to knock that thing down. Now as we go around our table here, limes are loaded with vitamin C, absolutely loaded with vitamin C. They're a wonderful thing, and vitamin C in its natural form is far more potent than it ever is in a pill. You can get 6, 8, 10 milligrams of vitamin C in a plant form, and it will outperform 5,000 milligrams in a supplement. So use it the way nature put it together. So you're going to get that big immune boost. You're going to get that wonderful little oomph from there. We've got our cayenne thinning that mucus. Now we come around to our honey. Honey is antiviral. It's antifungal. Well, what are colds? What are flus? What are the he who shall not be named? Right? Those are all virally kind of things. So if you put something potent in there that wants to knock that down, man, we're in really, really good shape. This is a good thing to do. So we want to use that honey. And it's another side benefit to honey that I really love. And I use it all the time in children in practice. Guys, honey is a wonderful cough suppressant. It knocks the cough down. Harvard did a study on this years ago where they compared all of the over-the-counter cough syrups at that time, all the majors, and they compared it against honey. Honey crushed it. It absolutely crushed it. So using a tablespoon of honey in this little mix is a great, great way to go. So we got our little 1/8 of a teaspoon of our cayenne. We got our corner of our lime. We've got 4 ounces of that good quality ginger juice that right from our root that we've got. We got 6 ounces of water. Now we're going to throw a tablespoon of honey in there. Stir it all together. Put it into a glass. And you're going to get something that for the season I thought we'd call jingle juice. There we are, right? We're looking at that little guy. You're going to take this little guy down, you stir it all together, and you're going to literally enjoy. Absolutely enjoy. 4 to 6 of these a day is what you want to do when things aren't feeling good, when things are starting to bother you. And you all know it, when you first start getting that first sign, uh-oh, here comes something, hit it immediately. And if you can catch it early, guys, you can stop this thing right in its tracks and be done with it. I've had numerous patients, and that's what brought this up. I had a young lady that's a doctor. She told me my husband's ill. He can't seem to shake. This doctor, do you have anything? She reached out to me on Messenger. I said, here, try this recipe. She did it. Called me back 2 days later. She said, oh my God, I have no idea what's in there, but it knocked it down. I had a young man in my office the other day. He had COVID, full all diagnosed COVID. He's been battling repetitive pneumonia since. He's got pneumonia 5 times since he had his COVID. He can't seem to shake it. He says, Doc, what can I do? I said, try this juice. He took the juice. He called me 3 days later. He goes, I don't know what's in that. But he goes, man, it knocked it down. I have no idea how it works, Doc, but it worked great. Guys, this is something you can do for your family. It's not a shot. It's not pills. It's not all these wishful thinking. It's things that have been tried and true for hundreds, if not thousands of years across this planet. Other cultures, believe it or not, got colds. They got flus. They had immune problems at this time of the year. Well, how did they deal with it? Well, you're seeing it right here. You can bring all these things into your world, take all these things home, share them with your family. You can change your life and not have to be so afraid and worried about he who shall not be named. I'm Dr. Sean. I am the Robin Hood of Healthcare. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye, guys.